hear me clearing my throat? Good evening. Actually, it's midnight. It's 12:01. And I'm Teddy, and you are listening to Night Talk. I'm going to be on for maybe 10 minutes. Just wanted to stop by and say hello and let you know that I'm doing okay. Yeah, people coming in right here at midnight. Actually, it's have the clock set back yet? That's Sunday. Sunday, right? Is daylight savings time? Let me just see. I said it last week. Maybe the clocks don't set back until a certain time. Yeah. U.S. clocks will fall back on Sunday, November 2nd. Shout out to my moderators. Yeah, I have my little thunder in the background. Mhm. You think it's at what, at 1 a.m.? Is that when they set the clocks back? Yeah, okay. Every time I think I'm going to talk about something that is like, um, I don't think it should have that much of a consequence. And I'm not talking about last night. Maybe it does, or maybe someone, takes it and runs with it or whatever. Yeah. You see, that's what can happen when you just, I don't know, for me, I just, sometimes I say what's on my mind. Sometimes I don't say everything that's on my mind. Mhm. Yeah. I think no matter what I say, people, will run with it and make something of it. Sometimes, not all the time, but yeah. Mhm. Think people are more curious now than ever before. Yeah. So I don't want to lose the hour that we're going to supposedly get, because I could use it right now. Been up all day, working on, um, not all day, but working on my brief, yeah, for submission. And I said that I'd have it finished Monday morning. I could use another day. I could use another day and 10 more pages, or at least as a safety net. Mhm. Yeah, but someone is opposing me even getting a few more pages. So I don't know. Maybe I'll hear something by Monday. I hope so, because if not, my backup plan is I have to, keep it under 25 pages, not including my exhibits, but just, my response. So what do you want to know? Yes, you can follow me on all my all my social media platforms and all my channels. Yeah, you can. Mhm. So, um, I received an email, and I can maybe answer this here. Although I sent them a short response, I don't even think I sent them as much as they probably wanted to know. But the question was asked about my channel, my D for Danielle channel. And like more or less, why do I have that channel? That channel was started on the 19th of September 2 years ago, 2023. Mhm. There's one video, maybe two there. Same thing. All right. The day before I started that channel, my Facebook channel was taken down. My channel was struck on Wine with Teddy. All right. I've been dealing with this for years. Yeah. And during that time, I think I probably just thought about it. So I'm going to make a channel. And that name, D for Danielle. I said, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I have something in mind for that channel, too. Mhm. Right now, it is, um, it has a purpose. Mhm. It does. And it will be D for Danielle until, because if I let that channel go, just like deleted it, then that name, I'm sure, I'm sure of it, that handle would be taken from YouTube. Mhm. Yeah, nobody else had that channel. Handle, I should say. Yeah. It's always when I think of something, a handle or whatever, then people want to lay claims to it. Well, think of your own channel. Think of a name unique. There's lots of things. And with it came D for this, D for that later. Yeah. How about that? How about that? I never knew it would have that much of meaning until other things began to happen too. Mhm. But the description of the channel is there. You can go and take a look at it. Mhm. There's a story to tell. And when it's time, it'll be there. And that's all I'll say for now. Yeah. So that's that's a way to think of it. Mhm. Yeah. They say that's not their name. Danielle. Yeah, they don't own that name. They don't own that handle. None of it. They don't. And they're probably just mad they didn't think about it first. Yeah, that's really. Yeah, about the whole D4. Yeah, it just came to me just like that. Because my channels have been taken down. Okay. How many times? A lot. And 2023 was a it was a very insightful year. I don't know if they will copyright it or not. They're, if they do, yeah. Mhm. It's probably well, I don't want to spend time talking about that. So I basically respond sometimes. Ooh, thunder. um, Live, like like that, and I think it's okay. Yeah, yeah. And run tell that too. Run tell that too. I think we're like maybe 35 away, maybe a little bit more. I haven't looked, but it's like I think 40 should do it. Hmm. Right. Um, let's see. Somebody named Up Under the Tree. Did you get the recommendations from Donat? What do you mean? For what? An orange circle. Mhm. Let's see. Who else? The worst. Mm. I said 15 minutes. There it is. Oh, I didn't recognize the picture, but I'm just, hey, Miss Vaughn, how are you? Who else? Baby Juju, Vicky Black. Just checking in. That's all. Joanne, voice behind the truth, or it's voice behind truth. Sorry, Jaguar wrong. And people in the bushes. Mm. Oh, okay. You know what? I didn't watch I saw the video, but for a few minutes. Yeah. Just clicked on just to see what was going on. Mhm. Right now I'm just kind of staying focused where I'm at. Mhm. Yeah. We're going to see how it goes. Mhm. You're going to see how it goes. So, next week is we'll see. We'll see if there will be any responses, even next week. I don't, on other things. So I don't know. Yeah. Everybody's waiting. Wondering. Yeah. You can support this channel by hitting the like. Thank you very much, Vicky Black, for saying that. Yeah. I don't have a whole lot I want to say necessarily tonight. I do have a whole lot I could say, but not that I'm going to say tonight. Yeah. Mhm. Any other questions? Yeah. There's just so much. There will be, I think there will be surprises. I think so. I said that last night, and I still think it will be some surprises. I don't know. Um, I don't know what they'll be. Yeah, but yeah. And here we are. It's November the 2nd. And yeah, the year went by quickly. And we're back again. And and I can tell you, whether people think it or not, progress has been made in, at least from my end. Yeah. Last year, this time, I hadn't filed my case. I can't tell you about everything before that, but I hadn't filed it. And here we are, 10 months. I filed on the 23rd of December. Basically, almost 10 months. Here we are. Things don't move, you know, as quickly as people think that they should. Yeah. And it's certainly not because I'm not doing my part. I'm doing my part. I am. Will we get answers before the year? If we're all here. I think we're going to get some answers. Yeah, 2 months from now. hmm I think we will get answers. You don't think so? In 8 weeks? Yeah, I think so. But I can't be certain. Yeah. There's a lot of material. Remember when I was waiting for a response from June 4th? Well, the judge, it almost ended up being, 3.5 months. Yeah. And as it turns out, she was going through a lot of, documents, motions, reviewing everything, and made decisions on lots of filings, all in one thing, consolidated. So maybe that's what will happen in this case again. Yeah, there's been a lot of filings, and yeah. The most important one for me will be a decision on motion to dismiss my case. Yeah, if we prioritize, yeah, because without a case, everything else. Yeah. So for me, that's what I will be. waiting for. I haven't filed my response yet. It's due on Tuesday. Hmm. So that may take some time or it may come soon. I don't know. Yeah. I do know this. I was looking at it. Where is it? I was looking at what happened over the summer. Where is it? Gosh, I don't want to. Okay. This was Copyright Claims Board, Daniel Robertson versus Maggie. Mhm. And on those two claims, and something that was really interesting here, again, is that the board sent a link on August the 13th, 2025, for a virtual conference to the claimant. That would be Danielle Robertson, at the email address provided in the claim and at another email address the claimant had provided in the previous claims. There were numerous. The presiding copyright claims officer waited 15 minutes after the scheduled time for the conference to begin, but the claimant did not appear. Well, what was that conference for? It was a hearing order to show cause, to explain a question that the board had. And the claimant hadn't filed a response to the order to show cause. So, board sent this link. Okay. The officer waited 15 minutes after the scheduled time for the conference to begin. So there was no notice that she wasn't going to hit the link, show up. Mhm. Right. So the board that she would not be attending or explain her absence thereafter. The officer recorded a statement on the record and then concluded the conference. Claimants' assertions of good faith are not credible. No, not even a courtesy call to say I'm not even going to hit the link. Claimant sued the respondent in federal court. Here's the clip. This was the tell for the CCB. They did a reference. The claimant sued the respondent in federal court on June 17th, 2025, specifying in federal complaint that the respondent is a resident of Canada. The complaint, Robertson versus Germain, June 17th, filed. Claimant knew that the respondent apparently resides in Canada at least a month before filing these claims before the board. That was the tell. In California, in a federal court, this defendant knowingly, it says it right here, knew when she filled out that CCB, she knew she wasn't a resident of California, but the box that, the drop down box, she clicked California. Okay. Claimant knew the respondent apparently resides in Canada. The fact that the claimant submitted claims with an obviously inaccurate address for a foreign respondent, despite the knowledge that the claims against foreign residents are prohibited, has not been refuted. So she didn't refute it. They wanted to question, they want to ask her something. This person has a history of evasion. Tell that to the judge. Put that in the report. You didn't tell the judge this. It's no wonder. It's no wonder. These courts are going to be cross checking, and eventually they're going to find out. But there's something very interesting that I'm not going to talk about this. Not tonight. Maybe it will show up somewhere on Tuesday. I don't know. I'm looking at something. Claims asserted against a person or entity residing outside the United States are categorically not subject to determination by the Copyright Claims Board. When these claims were submitted through ECCB, a notice in the respondent section of the claim form warned the filer that claims cannot be filed against respondents residing outside of the United States and specify anyone who evades this requirement will have their claim found non compliant, lose their $40 filing fee, and may be limited in the ability to file future claims. The claimant has seen the warning repeatedly as she had filed 7 other claims before the board prior to these 2 claims. Habitual filer. And she talks about someone being serial. Before submitting each claim, claimant also certified under penalty of perjury that the information provided in the claim was accurate and truthful to the best of her knowledge. Well, she knew back on June 17th. She knew. This is not harassment. This is factual. This individual has a history of evasion. This individual has a history of filing legal forms that she knows, filling out incorrect information, but yet she says people misrepresent things about her. This goes in one ear and out the other. No one questions it. No one says anything about it, barely. Maggie talked about this. A handful. She does not want to be held accountable because she's anonymous. She gets away with it. She gets away with it. She wants to stay anonymous so that she can do these very same things. And all the courts don't know this. She's not going to raise her hand and say, on June the 17th, I filed in the state of California a lawsuit, residency, California, and then took it down, withdrew in 2 weeks, just like she, went to the board here a day or two before and says, oh, I want to withdraw. You know why? Because they called her to the mic. Um, okay. So we want to ask you some questions, and there's going to be a link, and it's going to be at a certain time, and we expect you to appear. She ghosted CCB. That's the thing. She ghosted because she would have had to turn the camera on and answer some questions. Yeah, that's facts. It's 12:32. Let's wrap this up. Before submitting each claim, claimant also certified under penalty of perjury that the information provided in the claim was accurate and truthful. Remember, in the now deleted video from April the 10th of 2024, when she went one day after the PPO hearing, less than 12 hours, she hit her channel at 11 o'clock in the morning, somewhere around that time. And she said, she called my name Sabrina. Is she going to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Because people are going to listen to me because I tell the truth. They come to my channel, she said, because I tell the truth. No, she doesn't. It's right here in black and white. She didn't tell the truth to the CCB, and she's not telling the truth. She's spinning things. She's evading. And she said she will do what she needs to do to win. These CCBs were nothing more than a paper trail. That's it. That's all. If somebody wants to question, why am I talking about this? This has meaning to me. This is what is going on. It's a pattern. It's been going on for years. She doesn't even acknowledge things. Okay. Sooner or later, the bad faith, they said you were not credible. It says claimants' assertion of good faith are not credible. She came up with the story to them and gave a response when they said to show cause. The respondent provided me with incorrect U.S. mailing address, she said, that I included in my claim. That was going to be her excuse, not knowing that they were going to find out that she already knew from June 17th. So she was not being forthright here. Then she says about the respondent, this is not the first time the respondent has given me false or misleading contact information. You see, if somebody wants to say that about her, false and misleading, but she can put that on everybody else. Everyone else is false. Everyone else is misleading. Everyone else is lying. Play this to the judge. She doesn't want to be questioned because she'd have to own up to it. Bad faith, that's what it is. That's what we're dealing with. I've known it for some time. Other people are just learning. She's not a person of her word. Period. The respondent, she says, gave her incorrect. This is how she responded. But even though she responded, they wanted her to show up and explain. She ghosted them. She said, based on the information now known. Oh, you mean suddenly when they find out that the CCB found out. Oh, now, based on information now known, respondent appears to reside in Canada, and I acknowledge that Copyright Claims Board does not have jurisdiction. She knew they didn't have jurisdiction because she looks up all of this stuff. She talks about jurisdiction. Look at her pleadings. She has pages and pages and pages. You'd think she was an authority on jurisdiction because she's been pleading that this court here in Michigan doesn't have jurisdiction. And here we are again at that. But there, she says, oh, she had a realization, an epiphany. She knows exactly what she's doing. And she knew before when she filled out that lawsuit in California. She has multiple addresses, multiple aliases, multiple. It's called being an anon. And she gave a whole video portion of how to remain anonymous. She did. She just, she doesn't care about the CCB. She doesn't care about the court. She doesn't care about anything except staying hidden. That's it. So she's going to make up things and say, oh, this is why I need to do this. Oh, this is why I need to do that. You can fool everybody else, but you're not fooling me. I'm not buying it. No matter how it turns out, I'm not buying it, what you're selling. And other people can put the blinders on and not look at what's on black and white. Then she said, therefore, I voluntarily dismiss these claims for now. You know why? Because she didn't want to show up to that hearing. And that's why the order finding bad faith conduct is there on the record. bad faith. She says she does things in good faith. No, you don't. The claims board said bad faith. Mhm. That's it. Yeah. Mhm. So I did talk about something. Who you fooling? She said she's the smartest person in the room. And if someone tries to outsmart her, it really, she just can't deal with it. Not the judge or anyone. She's trying to stay, like to the judge, she's this little demure. Oh, please. Oh, please. If it would go in her favor, she'll start it all over again. I know. This is why this needs to come out. And I'm doing everything from my part. And yes, I can talk about this because if somebody doesn't talk about it, it won't get out. And she wants to silence the truth. That's why she doesn't want it. Because there are only a handful of people that will be strong enough to tell the truth about what's going on. And we've seen the consequences of it. But I'm here and I have to deal with what I'm dealing with because I want resolution. I hope y'all have a good night. I've got to get some rest. And yeah. Biggest bear hugs go out to all the grizzlies and the honey bears. Please hit the like on your way out and maybe join me sometime. Sunday. We'll see. All right. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Good night.